is not a real place. People do crazy stuff all the time, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And I guess with it, you know, you having all these followers, and in stardom comes like hate and all this different type of stuff. But only thing I've noticed is that people are very intimidated by natural.
As if it couldn't get much worse, Claressa Shields revealed something startling. The internet, currently in full meltdown mode, is buzzing with people taking sides, pulling names, and questioning everything we thought was true about Remy and Papoose's alleged perfection. But how did it all begin? And why has Claressa suddenly made this public? Above all else, Papo is her baby daddy. Remy isn't just sitting around doing nothing. What does this leave behind? It began when Claressa Shields decided she could no longer conceal anything, especially about Remy. She suddenly received the kind of news that could put an end to any relationship. People have been keeping an eye on Papoose and Remy's marriage for months as rumors of trouble began to circulate. But no one anticipated Claressa would intervene and worsen the situation. By implying their covert relationship on social media, she made it clear that Papoose was more than just a friend or mentor. At first, people were unsure about accepting him as the father of her child. Even though Claressa is known for being vocal, some thought she was trolling because of this absurd accusation. Others believed she was revealing information about an ongoing issue. But the real kicker, nothing, no declaration, no denial, no attempt to clear his name. And in situations like these, silence speaks louder than words. If it weren't true, wouldn't Papoose have removed it right away? His inaction simply fueled the fire, and soon, fans began making comparisons and bringing up past exchanges between him and Claressa in an attempt to find any hint that this might have been happening covertly. Meanwhile, Remy was under constant surveillance. Some reports claim she had suspicions for a while, but nothing significant enough to confront Papoose, while others think she learned about it on social media just like everyone else. One thing was certain though, she would not overlook this.
I want it. Look at that. Look at her insecurity. Do I have? If y'all know a woman, this woman has
you know a woman, this woman wants to. Don't nobody want to be no drug cheater, no loser.
Look, she thinks
she all these
she thinks
businesses
she's talking about
knocking
something.
out.
Listen. Again, an insecure woman.
Listen again, an insecure woman.
Okay.
Remy, who is never the type to keep quiet when someone comes for her, was quick to respond on Instagram after hearing what Claressa had to say. She didn't name names, but everyone knew exactly who she was referring to. When she posted a cryptic message about betrayal and fake love, it was clear she felt deceived, but that was only the beginning. In her Instagram stories, she expressed her disapproval of women who build their brands off other people's men, and she wasn't afraid to mock Claressa's reaction to the situation. After that, she shifted her focus to Papoose. For years, Papoose had proven himself to be the ideal husband, supporting Remy during her incarceration, maintaining her reputation, and being a loyal friend. However, now that Remy had accused him of being a taper rather than a giver, the internet erupted. People flocked online to share their thoughts on whether Papoose had taken advantage of the situation, posting everything from praise to criticism of Remy's approach. Some believe she had every reason to be upset, while others accused her of playing the victim now that the truth was out. But as the drama unfolded in real time, one thing became clear. This was far from over.
He was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever Frank. He done came out and done said it. It's not a thing of me having the issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. Don't look at me and say, oh, you just came and messed up this happy home and stuff like that. Because that's not what happened. We would still not be public or people wouldn't know still right now because that's not how how he does things. That's not how I'm doing things moving forward. Like for me, I'm just not like that. I'm not fighting over no man. She's mad that he moved on while she's moved on. You know how people want their cake and they will eat it too.
So she did leak your number on the internet. Has that affected you? Have people been using it and calling?
Absolutely. All these private calls and reds. If I go to Mist, right, look, this is all people who are calling for her.
Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, leaked text conversations began circulating online, and everything changed. Claressa Shields' phone was reportedly confiscated, and screenshots of her messages with Papoose surfaced. If these messages are authentic, it appears that Claressa was not just loosely connected to him, but was actively involved, pressuring him to commit, to be honest, and to stop scheming. She wrote things like, "I don't deserve to be hidden. If you truly love me, why are you still lying to me?" These were not the words of someone who had a brief affair. "I'm tired of hiding things." Fans immediately began piecing together Claressa's apparent deep involvement in the relationship. Some argued that Papoose had been stringing her along with promises he never intended to keep, while others claimed Claressa knew exactly what she was getting into and was now playing the victim. However, the real shock came when Remy decided to strike back. Instead of letting the rumors spiral out of control, Remy went on a full-fledged Instagram rant, posting cryptic statements that many assumed were aimed at both Claressa and Papoose. In one of her posts, she claimed that some people will believe anything to make themselves feel better about their poor decisions. But she didn't stop there. According to sources, Remy isn't afraid to expose what she knows about Claressa and Papoose. She claims to have proof that Claressa was fully aware Papoose was still involved with her, yet continued to pressure him. Some even speculated that Remy's effort to reveal the truth might have backed. With all this new information, was she desperately trying to control the narrative? Or had she known about Papoose's relationship with Claressa for a while and simply stayed silent? Leaked texts that Remy hinted at suggested that Claressa had lied about the depth of her relationship with Papoose. It became clear that no one in this situation was completely innocent. After staying silent for days while his reputation was torn apart online, Papoose finally had enough. In a statement that went viral on social media, he didn't hold back. Papoose insisted he wasn't the villain in this story. He denied lying to Claressa and claimed he never promised to leave Remy for her. He also accused Remy of fabricating information to make herself look like the victim, something he said she had been trying to do all along. Hinting at a quiet end to his marriage, he revealed that he and Remy had been living apart for months and that their love had been broken for a while implying that he had been aware of his situation with Claressa long before it became public. Things had reached a boiling point. But in defending himself, Papoose also dropped bombshell revelations about his marriage to Remy. According to insiders, Papoose suggested that Remy had been involved with other men while they were still together. The revelation of all this new information made one thing abundantly clear: the drama was far from over. He further accused Remy of using their marriage for publicity, making it seem like they were still together while they had actually been separating behind closed doors. Fans were left in shock. Had Papoose never been the devoted husband everyone believed him to be, or had Remy been deceiving them all along?
Guess he wanna make me wifey or something. Kinda lock me down, gonna indict me or something. Okay. Now she on the ground talking spicy for nothing. His girlfriend mad, guess she wanna fight me or something.
For Remy Ma, although it initially seemed like Remy Ma would simply acknowledge a few subliminal messages and move on, the internet's demand for answers has made that impossible. After this, some fans believe she is done with Papoose. Others think she's only putting on an act to save face, especially since there have been past rumors about their marriage. However, if Remy knew about Papoose and Claressa before the public did, why did she wait until now to respond? According to some sources, she wasn't overly shocked and was simply hoping the situation would die down. Since Papoose has always been portrayed as the perfect, devoted husband, the fact that Remy hasn't publicly announced a breakup is one of the strongest signs that she may not be completely done with him. Long-term relationships are complicated, so it wouldn't be surprising if they were able to work things out behind closed doors. However, if Remy truly is done, This could be the final nail in the coffin for one of hip-hop's most talked about marriages. And what about Claressa? Rather than backing down, she has been doubling down on her side of the story. Despite her frustration, she's facing heavy criticism, with some fans accusing her of seeking clout. Even though she was simply speaking her truth, she has reportedly told people she's tired of being painted as the villain in this situation. It's unclear whether Claressa will try to move on or continue addressing the controversy, but some believe she's just another woman caught in a difficult situation with a man who was already taken. Others speculate that she's waiting for Papoose to finally acknowledge her publicly. Some think she'll eventually distance herself to avoid further drama. But now that all eyes are on her, every move she makes will be closely scrutinized. And lastly, what will Papoose do next? This entire situation has had a major impact on how people perceive him. For years, he was seen as Remy's devoted, ride-or-die husband who always had her back. But now, his reputation has taken a serious hit. Some fans believe he was manipulated, while others think he's just another man who plays himself.
So apparently Papoose has been trying to get a divorce for some time now. He says, sad to say that Remy Ma is a narcissist. She chose to cheat repeatedly. Now that I finally moved on, she's playing victim. I have requested a divorce numerous times. She rather clout chase on social media than handle this like civilized adults. I did not want to do the social media foolishness for the sake of my 6-year-old baby. She has to go to school. As you can see, I remained quiet through it all.
Papoose has always been a recluse. But if he thinks he can stay silent and let this all blow over, he might be in for a rude awakening. The drama isn't over yet, whether it comes in the form of more leaked messages, cryptic social media posts, or an official breakup announcement. Every day, the story takes a new twist, the internet continues to buzz, and the receipts keep piling up. Ultimately, this entire mess highlights how complicated relationships can be, especially when played out in the public eye. What once seemed like an unbreakable marriage has now turned into a full-blown scandal, leaving many to question whether they ever truly knew the real story behind Remy and Papoose. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Claressa's anger is justified? What do you think will happen to Papoose next? Share your thoughts in the comments below.